All right, well, if you haven't seen it, something interesting just dropped on Bambu Lab's website. And it kind of got a lot of people kind of scratching their old heads going, why? And that is, they just dropped this PETG Basic. Why? I mean, they already had PETG High Flow, which everyone else is trying to copy. So Bambu Labs is going backwards? Why would they go backwards? Well, they're trying to find a compromise between PETG High Flow, and PLA. That's what they're trying to do here because it's not just, everyone's like, well, it's just regular PETG because they're calling it PETG Basic. It's got some enhancements to it, and we're going to go through all the spec data and stuff. I pulled down all the TDS sheets done a comparison on them. But at the end of the day, you got to decide what's the right application for you. So let's jump into the numbers real quick. I'll try to not make this too dry. We'll go through them kind of fast, all right? You could freeze frame the video if you really want to dig into the numbers. But this is the PETG High Flow versus PETG Basic. Yes, I call it PETG rather than PETG. It's faster. I don't know why. I just like it like that. So PETG High Flow, which is what I use 90% of the time around my shop, it prints high flow, 300 millimeters per second, as opposed to the PETG Basic, which is at 200. Now, we can look at tensile strength. PETG Basic's going to win. Bending strength. PETG Basic's going to win again significantly here. Bending modulus, that's going to go back over to the high flow. But impact strength, now PETG Basic is winning again, as well as heat resistance, glass transition, yada, yada, yada. I mean, but what it comes down though is what's the right use, because these are all tools. You got to use the right tool for the right job. Don't care what your electrician friend says. Not everything's a damn hammer. Okay, put the wrench down, Sparky. So, PETG High Flow, aesthetic finish, speed and efficiency, print quality, best use, high speed production of long-lasting items with improved matte finish. And I will say that's exactly why I use it. I have been working on this project here. Boxius, all right? This is trying to come up with a box system with a latch system that I like that does everything. There's a great box system out there. There's actually several of them, but I didn't want to have to put hardware in, and I wanted to create a latch that has a nice big flat surface on it, so I can actually use that to etch a label into that latch. So if it's sitting on a shelf, I can look right at it and go, oh, that's exactly what that is. And I can do the same with the top. This is the latest rev of it, as you can see. Nice big. We're getting really close on this one. I'm really happy with this. The latch no longer pops out when I snap it. Good snap on it. Nice big single hinge on the back. Open it up. It's a good looking box, and this is printed in Bambu Labs PETG High Flow. Gives it that nice matte finish. I'm hoping you can actually pick it up. Black is not the best for on the video, but that's what I've got. Now, if you look at this version of it, you might notice something. I don't know if it's going to come through on screen. Let me see if I catch the light just right. But you see how the top is shinier than the bottom? That's because this is a generic PETG, and this is high flow. And that's one of the things that a lot of people like to get away from, is they want that aesthetic finish. It kind of hides the layer lines better. It doesn't give it that kind of cheap, plasticky kind of look. It gives it a more satin, almost sateen finish. This latch clearly not as well done, but if you look on the inside, I think it really shows off the difference in the two materials. So that's the reason that I use it. But let's talk about some of the other stuff, okay? So for the PETG Basic, structural integrity, load bearing, durability, best uses are structural, functional tools, outdoor accessories, and everyday use models. Because let's be fair, the PETG High Flow is great, but it's not as resilient as most PETG out there. You've given up something to get that high flow and satin kind of look, all right? Now, what about PLA? Let's compare PLA to PETG Basic, all right? PETG Basic, tensile strength is higher. Bending strength, it's really close, all right? The PLA is going to win it, but it's within a margin of error almost. Impact strength, going back over to the PETG Basic, all right? Bending modulus, all right? That's going to be very one-sided there. And Young's modulus, I'm not even sure what Young's modulus is. You'll have to look that up, but I got that from the sheets. Now, what about the, glass transition, heat deflection, all that kind of stuff? Because that's one of the things where PETG has always done better than PLA. And again, really outclassing it here. And even and water absorption down at the bottom, that's neither here nor there. So where are you going to use this stuff? Well, PLA is significantly stiffer, resists bending, but PETG has much higher tensile strength, resists breaking under pull. Durability, PETG's clear winner. And environmental resistance, we all know you don't use PLA outside. That's one of the things about PLA. It's fragile, if you would. You take it outside and it cries and wilts and melts. So this is a third tool for Bambu Lab. They didn't have, if you wanted really, if you wanted good looking PETG, you went with the Bambu Lab. But if you wanted resilient, robust PETG, see, that's why I say that. You had to go somewhere else. Well, now they have all three. And as far as pricing, they're all the same. I thought it was interesting, the pricing that they're doing now, because they're showing it as if you're going to buy 10 rolls. Now, when I buy filament, I buy 10 rolls because I want that full discount. And at, $13, especially considering that it usually comes with that's a refill. Filament with spool is going to bump it up to, $14.94. Wow, that's gotten expensive. Looks like prices have gone up. Yeah, they have gone up. That's not something that I like to see. Well, it's a sign of the times, as it were. But anyway, there you go. I hope that explains why there's now a third player there besides the high flow and the PLA. This is going to be, basically, I look at it as PLA for stiffness and for detail. If you want really good detail, you're still going to want to go PLA. If you want really robust outdoor use, bang, toughness, that kind of stuff, you want to go PETG Basic. If you want something in the middle that's still got good detail, has a good finish, it's compromise between, it's not as tough, but it's not as nice. That's PETG high flow, right? And I think unless something comes up to change my mind, that's what we're going to continue to use. Let me know what you're going to use down below, or is there another option that you like to use? Let me know. Anyway, if we give you some value here, hopefully you can chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.